So today we're going to take a look at the brand new tablet by Samsung called the Galaxy Tab A 10.1, and this is the 2019 version. And this is the cheapest one with 32 gig storage, but it can also take a micro SD card up to 512 gigabytes. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video was helpful, and I'll leave a link in the description with current pricing and more information. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. The nice thing is, even though this is considered a budget or entry-level tablet by Samsung, I'm glad to see it does come with USB-C for charging. And you can see on the back of the box, they do include a little tool to access the micro SD card. So they do include health and safety information, which no one's gonna read that. And of course, a quick start guide. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing so far. It's very similar to my older iPad Air 2, where the back is an all metal construction. And this is the silver version. You can also get black and also gold. Up here in the corner, you've got your 8 megapixel rear camera. And you've got your dual speakers on the bottom with your USB-C charging port. On the right hand side, you've got your power button, volume up and down, and your micro SD card slot. And the good thing is, micro SD cards are pretty cheap right now, and it does have a 5 megapixel front facing camera. And at the top, you've got the headphone jack and your microphone. So I want to see how much storage is left before I get too much installed on here. It's currently using 8.6 gigs, which I guess isn't too bad. You still got 23 gigs left. Then I'm going to add a 128 gig micro SD card. I think I read somewhere that you can actually move the apps to that micro SD card. So I'm definitely going to try that and see how it works. Security patch is March 1st, 2019. And you can see this is Android version 9. So now I'm going to test this out for the next few days and see how it goes. So there's not that many case options for this tablet yet, but I just got this cheap one on Amazon until some other options are available. I'll leave a link in the description below in case you're interested. It's actually a pretty good quality case. You can see they leave the top and bottom open for the speakers, your USB-C charging port, and along the top for the headphone jack and the microphone. I thought it would wake when you open this and go to sleep when you close it, but unfortunately it doesn't do that. Now, surprisingly, the camera on here is actually pretty decent for a tablet. Obviously, it's not gonna be as good as your cell phone, but you can actually see quite a bit of details in the photos. In the camera app, you've got Panorama, Pro, Photo, and of course, Video. And here's just a few samples of some photos that were taken with this tablet. I wasn't really expecting much when it comes to cameras on tablets, but to me, this is pretty decent. Let's say you're shooting photos, but you want to switch to video. You can just swipe over, and then you get some controls here on the right. In the Pro version, you can actually change the ISO, the white balance, and your aperture. And then Panorama is pretty similar to cell phones. I highly doubt I'd be using it though. And it does have 1080p video for the front and rear cameras, so that's nice to see. And you can also set it up for storage on the SD card. And I'll just show you a quick clip of my dogs playing, just to give you an idea of what the video quality is like. And it was kind of dark in this room, so it's not going to be perfect video quality, but I think this will give you a good idea of what the video capability is like. And I can say after testing this out for a few days that surprisingly, it actually plays games like PUBG fairly decent on medium settings. Now, unfortunately, when I tried to install Fortnite, it acts like it's gonna install, and then it gets to a certain point where it basically says this device is not compatible. Hey, not bad for my first time playing on this. And I also went ahead and connected my Stratus Duo controller just to test that out as well, and it worked just fine. I feel like the speakers are a little bit on the quiet side. I think if they would have made these front-facing speakers, it could have been so much better. Because as is, I feel like they're just okay.
Whoa, Mr. Miyagi gave you this?
Yep, best birthday gift ever.
Something tells me there's a can of wax in my future.
Now I just happen to have an S Pen from my Chromebook, so I was curious to see if it would work with this tablet. And yeah, it doesn't work at all with this. One thing I wish they didn't do is put all these Samsung apps on here. I typically use all the Google apps, so I highly doubt I'm going to be using all these Samsung ones. But at least they let you uninstall some of them. And one thing that is cool on this tablet is it does have split screen view. So once you have a couple apps open, you just go to your recent apps button, click on the little icon at the top, and choose open in split screen view. Then you just click on another app. So you can have one thing going on the top app and something else going on the bottom. So that's really a nice feature to have. So after testing this for about a week, I would definitely say, yes, I would recommend this tablet. So hopefully this video was helpful and gave you more information about the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 10.1 2019 version. If you have any other questions about this tablet or other products you'd like to see on the channel, drop a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.